Hello guys and gals, Baselord here, and welcome to the Robin Guide. I've been wanting to do this for a while and I haven't really gotten started yet because, well, Let's Play and other videos, but hey, I guess I need my free time as well. In any case, I'll try to keep myself a little bit, what's the word? I want to try to keep it a little bit shorter than the other ones because I know I ramble a lot. And I don't really do this video scripted, I just keep recording until I get a recording that is good, or sounds good at the very least. But in any case, let's get going. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, which is kind of Robin's gimmick, and it kind of stays true to the Fire Emblem series, is that his LEVIN sword and tomes have durability. And the thing is that when you finish using them, they will get dropped as items, and you can use this to either drop down on your opponent or throw them at your opponent. So it's kind of useful, but keep in mind that you should always be looking out for the durability of your different tomes and LEVIN sword, because you basically get a free projectile if you manage to pick it up. Now the tomes have the most knockback, believe it or not. They kill ridiculously early, while the LEVIN sword has less knockback. I think it does 15%, but it's also pretty good. The tomes and LEVIN sword can also be used for footstool combos, which I've done another video on. But it's very situational and difficult to do, so I would not rely on it. But yeah, that's Robin's gimmick. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is Robin's running speed, which is downright horrible. It's actually the slowest character in the game, and while he does have enough running speed to follow up his different spells and all that, it makes his dash grab completely horrible. It barely has any range, and it has a lot of end lag, like most dash grabs if you miss them. But yeah, just a little thing I wanted to mention. And the next thing, his jab is literally the best option you have out of shield. It's actually very fast. It is has a lot of range, and there's two versions to it, which is the fire version, which you have just seen twice in a row now, and then you had the wind version, which knocks the opponent upwards, and it does a lot more damage than the fire version, but you can easily DI or SDI out of the wind version, which makes it kind of unreliable, at least in my opinion. So I would recommend using the fire one to keep your opponent away. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is Robin's grabs, which are not very good in general because of his bad grab range, but the grab you want to go for majority of the time is, the throw is down throw, and you can get a true combo with jab and for 73%, at least 0%, and down throw to jab stops working around 70 to 60% around there, so you might want to go for something else like forward air or up air, and if the opponent air dodges, you might want to go for a forward smash. Back throw can be used at the edge for, well, kill purposes at high percentages. The forward throw, I'm not sure what you can use for. It does not have a lot of knockback. If you have Thoron charged, you might want to try using that, but even then it's not a true combo. Up throw can also be used as a mix-up move. If the opponent air dodges, you can get a free up air or back air in, maybe, if you're lucky. But otherwise, yeah, you might want to go for down throw. Alright, next up is the tilts and dash attack. Now, you want to use forward tilt and down tilt to keep your opponent away from you. Forward tilt is more knockback, but down tilt is faster. A little bit. Yeah, a lot actually. Up tilt can be used to juggle, but it's not very reliable. it's a bit on the slow side, so your opponent might be able to do an aerial or air dodge or jump out. It can be used as an anti-aerial, although because of its arc, but other than that, it's not very useful. At lower percentages, you might be able to do up tilt into jab, but it's not true, and it's not very reliable, but it works sometimes. Robin's dash attack is actually pretty decent. Damage-wise, it's okay. It comes out pretty fast, and it has deceptively good range. So, yeah, I would say it's actually decent. It's actually one of his better moves. Alright, let's get into the good stuff now. I want to talk about his smash attacks. And keep in mind that your smash attacks has two different versions to them, depending on if you have a Levin sword or not. So, yeah, just remember that your smash attacks will be a lot less stronger if you have the bronze sword on instead of the Levin sword, but yeah. Other than that, his forward smash is pretty standard. It goes straight ahead of you. He has a lot of knockback and does a lot of percentage. I would say it's your go-to kill move at later percentages, because it's fast, it has a lot of range, so it's reliable. His up smash is weird in a sense, because it has the sweet spot is directly above Robin, but it has some suction to it, so it's pretty good, I would say. It's very nice for it to use when your opponent is right above you, but other than that, it's alright. Yeah, I would say. His down smash is interesting because he only attacks on one side, but if you don't hit your opponent, the sparks will go behind him, and it can actually kill. So yeah, watch out for that. Even though he didn't hit with the sword, he can still hit with the behind, so it could take opponents off guard. Right, guys, I want to get into his neutral B first, and it is a chargeable move, and it has 4 different stages depending on how long you charge it. The first one is a Thunderbolt called Thunder, which does around 3 to 4%, which is nice to use for poke, and you can use it 20 times before your tome breaks. The next one, which you will see when the glow has turned yellowish, is Elf Thunder, which is even better for poke. And it's really good for spacing and keeping your opponent out. It does land around 10 to 11%, and it has decent kill power too at later percentages. You can use this move around 7 times before the tome breaks, and when the lightning turns around reddish, you will know that you have Arc Thunder ready, which is where your combos come from, basically. You have so much potential with this, because it keeps your opponent in place for 2 seconds or something, 1 or 2 seconds, and it would knock them upwards. So you can do some juggling if you want to. The things you would probably like to do is forward air, up air, or Nosferatu, neutral air, or Arc Fire to keep another combo going. And yeah, this move just in general has a lot of potential. And lastly, we have the final stage, which is Thoron, which is, in my opinion, the least useful one. I rarely use it. It goes I think if you hold the button in, like the B button in when you use it, it will go across the whole stage, which is really nice. But it does 15% too, which is actually not bad. The problem is that for the amount of you can use it 3 times before your tome breaks, and it's not really worth it when you have so much potential in your Arc Thunder. So yeah, just a couple of things to think about. Alright, the side B is up next, and your side B is Arc Fire, I mean. So many arcs in this. Which is another combo starter or follow-up if you do it out of, Arc Thunder. It's really nice, it does a decent amount of damage, and you can use it 6 times before your tome breaks, so keep that in mind. it's very nice if you actually want your tome to break, because you can just spam Arcfire, Arcfire I mean, to pick up your tome and throw it at your opponent, or do what you will with it. But yeah, in general it is a keep away tool, because it makes a pillar of fire which your opponent has to jump across or roll behind, but you can then charge up a forward smash or whatever you want. In general, it's a very nice addition to Robin's kit. Alright, so the second last special attack I want to talk about is Nosferatu, which is a command grab that heals you and deals damage to the opponent. If you do it from the behind, it'll be harder to mash out of, and you will deal more damage that way. Nosferatu only has 4 uses, and it will be gone for 40 seconds when it's broken, so use it wisely. As you just saw, you could actually reverse Nosferatu by doing a quarter stroke ult to the side you want to go in quick succession. So that makes it easier to do it from the back, because the opponent might not expect it. Alright, so the last special attack of today's agenda is Robin's Recovery, or its up B if you will, Elwind. You can do Elwind 9 times before it breaks, and if you use a wind combo in between, it will consume one of the uses as well, so be careful. It could screw up your recovery majorly, so yeah. Remember to count your tomes, or your blessings in this case. If you hit your opponent, like if the opponent is directly below you midair, if you start up Elwind, it will spike, and it's a very strong spike too. And Elwind is only gone for a couple of seconds, so do not panic if you lose your tome after you recovered. Just be careful to get on stage safely. Alright guys, let's move into Robin's aerial attacks, which are actually one of the best things he has. I want to start with neutral air first, which you can do a short up neutral air and have no ending lag whatsoever, or landing lag if you will. So it's very good like that. It's your main keep away move in the air, so it has a lot of range and it hits on both sides. So you could always mix it up and try to hit with the backside if you want. Now forward air is I think it's one of the fastest aerials you have, and it can actually combo to itself at some point. Especially after Arcfire or Arc Thunder. Up air is also a very fast move, and it has a lot of kill power. It goes in an arc, and you can also do short, like full hop to fast fall up air to hit your opponent on the ground, which can combo it into itself, which is nice. And then you have back air, which is really fast and has a lot of knockback. It's one of your best kill moves, to be honest. And remember that all of your aerials have 2 versions of them, depending if you have the Levin Sword or not, except your neutral air. Up air without Levin Sword can juggle into itself very well, and that's about it. You lose a lot of range when you don't have the Levin Sword as well. Your down air is your standard spike, which is nice. It has a lot of end lag, so be careful. Alright guys, I want to go over Robin's kill moves. So the first one is forward smash. Pretty obvious, I guess. Up smash is not as reliable, but if you get it directly above your head, the opponent is literally dead. Down smash could work too, but it's not as reliable as forward smash. You have up air should kill pretty early. Well, it didn't right now, but you get my point. Back air should also kill pretty early. Depends on if you have your opponent near the ledge. Back air will definitely kill him or her, depending on what gender your opponent is, of course. It's a bit of a funny one, but your tomes have a lot of knockback. So I think this will not exactly kill, but it can be used to kill. Levin Sword has less knockback when thrown, but it's still pretty good. You can also use Thoron later on, but I would not recommend it, as it has it always goes in a straight line, so you could always miss. But yes, the moves I would definitely go for is up air, back air, and forward smash. Alright guys, that marks the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had quite a lot of fun making this, although I know I procrastinated a bit. But that's fine. I made it in the end, and that's what matters. I know I said in the beginning that I would keep the video shorter than usual, but I think it had hit the 20-minute mark anyway, so I guess I'll just go with that length for my guys from now on. I mean, I probably won't even try to make it short. I'll always ramble on about my characters, and I think I want to keep it that way, to keep it as detailed as possible. I mean, it's not all just rambling, you know. I want to keep this replay rolling in the background so you can see how Robin is, well, played in action, and yeah. You want to, how do I say this? Robin is obviously a keep away character with projectiles, but you want to use your spells and, well, mostly your spells and down throw to do some combos, and use your forward tilt and neutral air and down tilt to keep your opponent away from you, and, well, L Thunder as well. So yeah. Honestly, I would say Robin is a pretty solid character, with the only hindrance being his running speed and grab range, but aside from that, he's not a bad character. His frame dead is not horrible. But yeah, I think it only fix it would actually need is either getting more running speed or more grab range. Either way, it actually works well. But aside from that, he's not a terrible character. I thought he was like super low tier in the beginning, and he kind of was before he got his buffs. I mean, I've been playing Robin since day one, and well, I've been playing him on and off since then. But I didn't really start to pick him up competitively since like 2 months ago or something, and I've been having a lot of fun with him. And yeah, since he's a mid tier or low tier, I think I would say he's a mid tier now. Most people don't know the matchup either, so that's an advantage you have. But yeah, I've been rambling long enough now. I want to thank you guys again for watching, and yes, I hope you enjoyed seeing this. And I'll see you guys in the next guide at some point. Goodbye.